She's like a snake. Like,
she's like mentally just not all there?
Yeah, I don't think she's just mentally all there. Like, I personally feel like she was trying to...
Were you physically, sexually?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name is Drip Drop, and I'll be your host as always. Tonight, I present you a very special interrogation. And yeah, we're multi-award-winning here at Crime Circus in the Crime Circus cult. For those of you that are new, welcome. I have 2 channels. Link down below for my other one. Anyways, this is Mackenzie that you're seeing on the screen right here. Mackenzie's 17 years old, and she was in a really bad car accident, and 2 men died. Yeah. Gentlemen. Shout out to all my new Patreons. Link down below. I opened up a free tier. There's no strings attached and no catches. Because of this, that's why I did it, because I care about you, the viewer. Free or paid, the choice is yours. Check it out. Today we're going to hear from her ex-boyfriend Tyler, and he's going to reveal all the dirty deets of their relationship and the friend group. Yeah, he's got some dirty deets that you don't want to miss. Stay tuned for that. First, let's check out Mackenzie's TikTok. This is what actually got her arrested.
I'm not even cool. I'm just one of those girls that can do a lot of drugs and not die. I'm not even cool. I'm just one of those girls that can do a lot of drugs and not die.
Well, what do you think? Would you have arrested her after seeing that? Speaking of arrest, here's some footage of Mackenzie being arrested.
Hi, Mackenzie. Step out for me. I'm Detective Jesus. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2, okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key, please?
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it. You got it.
Do you want my notes?
No.
Thank you.
You got it. Okay, just keep your hands right here. You're not gonna tighten these, okay? We don't want to hurt you. You good? Are they good? Thank you. All right. This cruiser right here.
Actually, he took her out of the car and we did not.
Okay.
Do you have anything I anything like that?
We have pockets, but they're just
Okay. We're gonna watch your head going in. Go on. I'm not gonna hurt you. You okay?
Mackenzie almost died in that car accident, but away. Stay tuned until the end of this video and you'll see me again. I'll give you case updates, I'll tell you if she was sentenced, how long she was sentenced for, and if the ex-boyfriend was involved in any way. Without further ado.
We understand you're not under arrest.
Yeah.
You walk out anytime you want. We have approximately 10 questions that we wanted to ask you. First thing is, how long have you known Mackenzie?
Probably when I moved to Strongsville, so 9th grade. I came here probably when I was 16. I came from Brook Park.
So, how old are you now?
18. Actually, I was probably 15 when I came here, so...
15?
Yeah.
And so, how long were you guys in a relationship, you and her?
Well, we were all friends in a friend group at first, and Joey dated her first before I came to Strongsville, and then I ended up dating her for a little bit, like probably over the summer. I was only dating her for probably like a month and a half or like 2 months, and then she was cheating on us basically, but it wasn't like anything official, so it wasn't no hard feelings like with whatever happened. I just kind of was like, after me and Dom found out about that, we didn't have no problems with each other and nothing, but it was kind of like, why stuff like that? Why didn't you tell Dom? And Dom would ask her, like, are you leading him on and stuff like that, and she would just lie to him. And then that's basically it. Like, they were on and off, and I kept on talking to her still while they were on and off, because we were all still in the friend group and stuff. So, and then we kind of just like stopped being intimate, you know what I'm saying? And we're just friends. Around when she turned 16, I think, because I was at her birthday dinner with her family and stuff like that. And then after that, she had a party, like Dom, me, AJ, Joey, Amory, Megan, Natalie, and Kenzie. And that was probably like when we stopped being intimate, was around her birthday. And after we went to Kalahari, and then it was just her and Dom after that.
Okay. Can you explain what you mean by intimate?
Like kissing or hugging or just like anything that like would happen in a relationship, you know what I mean?
Did you ever, were you physically, sexually?
No, we never had sex, but we would make out. That was it.
Who's Joey?
Joey Probes. He dated her. He's like one of my best friends, but he dated her, I know, before I came to Strongsville for a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
She was younger than 15?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you said month and a half to 2 months over summer. Which summer? This past summer?
Oh, no. It was like freshman summer.
So, describe the relationship. What was she like as your girlfriend?
I mean, like, she's kind of just like how you would explain any girls, really, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're all over the place in some ways, and like, they don't know what they want. And she would say stuff like towards the crazy side. I remember conversations with her when she couldn't like decide what she wanted, like between me and Dom, kind of. She would be like, she's like, oh, I love Dom so much, this and that, but like, he's mad at me for all of this. And I'm just like, well, yeah, like, why wouldn't he be like, you need to like, just go stay with Dom, because I'm not going to be with you no more after this. Like, I'm cool with just keeping the friend group as friends because I don't want to mess up the friend group. I was like, I don't got no problems with you or anything like that. We can all still be friends. You need to go talk to Dom about like your personal issues and stuff, because that's your relationship with him. Like, and she would tell me like how she, because we all obviously smoked weed, but she would say stuff like, I don't even get high anymore or stuff like that. Like, she was crazy. Like, our group chat, there was some days like we would all be getting ready for school, and she would be sitting there spam calling the group chat to the point where like we can't pick it up to even like answer it, because she's just calling and declining and calling and declining. And then we finally do pick it up, and it was something as small as I can't figure out what I need to wear to school. It's like all of us, like it was everyone that went to Kalahari that was in that group chat. So it's like, why are you blowing us all up just over something as little as you can't figure out what you're trying to wear to school? Like, she would be like just.
She like mentally just not all there? I mean,
yeah, I don't think she's just mentally all there. Like, I personally feel like she was trying to end that crash, and she failed on doing so, is what I feel like. And I feel like she had no regard for Davion, and I feel like they got in an argument, her and Dom, and she threatened to kill him.
Had she ever threatened that before?
She hasn't ever threatened to hurt anyone, but she's threatened probably like, she hasn't like physically said like, I'm gonna, but she's like, you know what I'm saying, like made it to the point where
alluded to it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like where she's just like, I hate life, like shit like that. And like but we were all obviously like there for her, still trying to be friends with her and stuff like that. But our friend group probably fell out with Kenzie around like after 10th grade, and that's kind of when like all of us stopped being friends with just her. We were all cool with her still, just because she's so like crazy. She'll blow everyone's phone up, she's all over the place with everything. And then she's just in general like kind of a shady person. She's like a snake. Like, she'll go and talk shit to everyone about everyone, and then like, you know what I'm saying, she'll go talk shit about me to someone else, and then she'll go talk shit about to that person to me. You know what I'm saying? But she would do it with everyone through multiple friend groups, because of the type of person she was. Like, she doesn't have no regard for other people.
Did you guys ever fight when you were dating?
No. I mean, like
argue?
No, not for real.
Nothing?
No, because I didn't really like care like that. Like, I don't even think that it got to a point with me and her like that. But like, I've said things about her since, like maybe she's heard about it, but like
This is a Crime Circus presentation.
like I said again, I don't have no actual problems with her. I wouldn't go up to her and be like fuck you, like shit like that. Because even after 10th grade, I was dating this girl Haley, and we all went to Cedar Point. Me, Dom, Kenzie, and Haley. You know what I'm saying? I never had a problem with Dom or Kenzie even after all of that stuff. Because we went to Cedar Point with us four probably in like 11th grade. And I remember Cedar Point, and we were all about to get on the ride, and Dom was on a phone call, and she couldn't just wait for him to get off the phone call. And she was like, get on this ride now, or like, she was sitting there, she's like, I can't right now. And I was like, do you want us to just wait for him to get off the phone? She's like, no, you guys can just go. And then we go on the ride and we come back, and she like kicked Dom away from us to where it was just me, Haley, and Kenzie. And she was just like, I'm about to break up with him and just leave him. She was just saying stuff like that. And then like I texted Dom and I'm like, yo, you trying to go on a couple rides or something like that? Like, where you at? I'll come link up with you and they can just do whatever they're trying to do. Like, so because she was sitting there, she's always threatened and was disrespectful to Dom in my eyes.
Why did Dom put up with this? Do you know?
I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him. I mean, I personally don't believe that, but she has told people that she's put a spell on him so that he couldn't break up with her. She would tell people that she had like grabbed a piece of his hair and that she had a doll in her room for Dom and that she had literally put a spell on him, is what she would tell everyone. And, like, she truly believed in that kind of stuff. And she also uses the pendulum, I know too, to try to get answers. She tries to use it now to talk to Dom because I'm friends with, I'm related to Dom by religion and law. He's my like god cousin-in-law. So like
God cousin-in-law.
Yeah, I
heard that.
I've never heard of that.
I actually just heard. I recently heard that. Okay.
Yeah, because my godmother Markella, and then Markella is about to marry Johnny, which is someone in Dom's family. So that would have made him my cousin-in-law.
So let me ask you this. In talking to your mom, she mentioned that there were threats that Mackenzie made towards you when you guys were dating.
I honestly don't know why my mom ended up coming to the police station because like, she's also like, I mean, I understand why because she's related to Dom and them, but like, no, like I would have rather just came to you guys myself and told my story instead of her trying to get whatever she got out of it because when I talked to her, it was the day that they died. So like, yeah,
but did you mention anything to her about Mackenzie?
She is. I've mentioned that she's threatened Dom, but not.
Have you ever heard Mackenzie threaten Dom?
Yeah, I mean, at the like I said, like at Cedar Point, she was threatening him to like leave him there and stuff like that. And then like going back to it, we were in this candy shop and this was after they had gotten over arguing and everything like that. She was like, either buy me something or shut the fuck up. No one's trying to listen to you. She just basically like used them to force money almost. And on her TikTok and stuff, Dom would always buy her designer and she would always post on her TikTok as if she bought the designer. And she would be like calling out other people, trying to call them broke with her stuff and stuff like that. And I don't know, she's just kind of like an all over.
Did she have money?
She didn't have no job. I mean, she worked with my stepsister at Dunkin' Donuts for a little bit. That's all I know. And then she my stepsister would tell me that she was just rude to everyone. Like all of she just didn't care. Like she was just rude to people and she didn't work there no more than.
So the threats to Dom, were any of them threats other than I'm going to dump you? Like were there ever threats of harm?
She's probably, I don't know. I think she's only threatened to harm herself. I don't really think she said that she was going to kill him or anything like that. That's why I think she was trying to kill herself when she crashed. And I think that she didn't have no regard for Davion in the back seat. And she was in an argument with Dom, so it was just a win-win for her and her.
How do you know she was in an argument with Dom?
I don't know that. That's just what I think. Okay. Because the Life 360 said they were going. I mean, to go down that road, 120, like, I feel like you got to be just, like, mad or something because, like, what are you doing? Like,
so let's go on. Let me ask you about this. Her driving.
You know, reckless for sure. My girlfriend would drive with her. She's, like, in general. So, like, that obviously is a part of it, but to be going down a progress 100 is also not just reckless driving. Like, there's got to be something going on for you. It's not just a fun factor. Like, because Davion and Dom aren't that stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would have said something. I feel like.
When you rode with her, did you ever see her get in a road rage incidents? Did you ever?
Yeah, she's definitely just not like a continuous roadways, but it's like, come on, like you're going, like, you know,
just screaming at people.
Yeah, like,
So how often did you? I know you dated. Were you ever in the car with her?
I was only in the car with her a couple times, really, and her driving the Cedar Point being one of them.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, that was the time where she was just like aggravated and stuff like just from like on the way home, for example, she was obviously agitated from the argument with her and John and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like, yo, chill out, Kenzie, like just drive.
Like, is she just a fast driver, or is she like not a good driver?
Like, she's a good driver.
Not a good driver. Okay.
It's like she's careless in general with everything.
When you were with her and hung out with her, did you ever know her to make fun of people, be mean to people?
Everyone can say that. Everyone can vouch for that. Like, she is a bully, really. Like, that's... I know that when Davion and Don died, for some reason, and stuff like that, she was saying, like, I'm trying to get people to hurt her and stuff like that. She was instantly coming out to get me, and I'm just like, bro, like, leave me alone. Like I'm not trying to deal with you and what's going on right now. Like, I'm literally, like, that was part of the reasons why I kind of didn't want to come in here and talk about her, is because I don't want to be dealing with extra stuff with her. I talk to police, and she's out there trying to make more rumors. Like, Dom obviously was cool with me because Dom was trying to help me buy my car and stuff like that. Like, the car that I have now, Dom helped me find. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes no sense to say Dom wasn't cool with me.
Right.
And then I know that she did the pendulum, which is to talk to Dom. Like, after he's dead, she did the pendulum with Anthony and Abby.
And so what came of that?
Anthony, he asked if Dom really liked me. He said that her jaw dropped, and Abby also told me the same thing, that Kenzie liked me.
Who's Abby and who's...
Abby is Dom's cousin, and Anthony is dating Abby, or he was. I think he's dating her again now.
Gotcha. So when they did the pendulum thing, to your understanding,
This is a CrimeCircus.
did anybody ask what caused the accident?
I mean, I don't want anyone in the family to get mad at me or what they have personally told me, because I know that people in his family believe in the pendulum, so I don't want to offend any of them.
No, we know that they do. I know his dad does.
Yeah, and his dad said that he did the pendulum, and that he says that Dom doesn't want anything to happen to her, and he wants, and he said that Dom forgives her, and that he also said Dom said that she's gonna be okay, that nothing's gonna happen to her. Like, she's gonna be fine and get out of this, basically, is what they said at the pendulum. But I think Uncle Frank is kind of, which is Dom's dad, I just refer to him like Uncle Frank. I think he's kind of just like, because when I talked to him because Kenzie was saying that I went and vandalized the memorial, which is not true at all. Like, I would never, like, why would I go and vandalize them? She kept on making tons of stuff up about me. I don't know why. Like, I really don't. And it kind of just hurt me more. Like, cause like, why? Like, I don't know if it's because I dated her before. I don't know what it is. Like, but I talked to Uncle Frank, and he said that he was gonna talk to Kenzie and make sure everything stops. And he was just like, everyone talking shit about each other is just gonna keep things going and keep people mad at each other. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, I haven't talked to anybody about anything. Like, I've just been trying to handle this on my own. Like, because I was really closer to Davion than I was Dom. I was just getting close with Dom again. But
so, since her arrest, what's been being said?
Nothing really. I ever since I talked to Uncle Frank, I haven't heard her say anything about me, really, which was low key like the first month it happened, really. Like, that's after I talked to Uncle Frank, everything that she said about me stopped, kind of. So, which that made me like feel bad.
You ever talked to Dominic's mom?
No, I haven't talked to Dominic's mom. Like, she feels basically the opposite of how he feels. But when I talked to Uncle Frank, he was telling me, like, he feels cheated in a way too, because every time he would go to hang out with Dom, he was busy doing something with Kenzie, which was also the case for me. Every time I asked him to hang out, I don't think he wanted to hang out because he didn't want to hang out with me and Kenzie, because I think he knew, like, he got the idea that Kenzie didn't really like me. I think he played an act as in not liking me when he was around Kenzie, because I don't know why Kenzie would go around and actually believe that he didn't like me, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because he really obviously.
So, have you witnessed or heard from your friends or your girlfriend? You mentioned your girlfriend about Mackenzie driving.
Yeah, my girlfriend just said that she's a bad driver, really. Just over like.
Any examples?
I remember one instance that, because I'm pretty sure Rosie Brown, her dad's a cop, and this was after Kenzie had crashed. She was saying something about like, she was basically making fun of Rosie going the speed limit, like after she had crashed. And it's like, what are you saying, bro? Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm trying to remember exactly what she said, but she was just saying something like, oh, you're going 35, or like on Pearl, basically. Like, and it's just like, bro, what do you mean only, like, that's the speed limit. It was a speed limit for a reason. Like, if you was going the speed limit, that would have never happened. Like, that wouldn't have been as bad as the crash as it was if you did crash at 35. Like, everybody could still be alive right now. We had Davion's like through 60. It didn't tell us that he crashed. It should have told us, but like, even if it did told us and you were going 35, someone could have came and did something, because all of our friends were out in Colorado. So it was a 2-hour time difference. They were all awake, so they would have gotten the notification and everything and been able to get a hold of one of us or something. Like, I just don't understand why she was going that fast, or like, but it's just wild to me that she's still reckless and just posting on her Instagram and stuff like that after all of this, as if nothing happened. And I still haven't seen her post anything about Davion even. She posted one picture, but it was Dom in the picture with her and Davion. She hasn't posted Davion's GoFundMe. She didn't post, like, she hasn't said anything about Davion at all, which is just like crazy to me. Like, she's just completely like ignorant to the fact that she not only did that to Dom, the person that was literally taking care of her, but our friend Davion, who was also going through stuff.
Totally innocent too. I mean, he was a third party. He had nothing to do with the two of them.
Let me ask you this. Was she depressed when you guys were dating? I mean, you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, I figured she was, because she would just say stuff like, I can't get high anymore, and like I'm not getting it. Like, I keep on just smoking, and I can't get any, like...
Like, she developed a tolerance to it?
Yeah. She was just saying, like, she can't feel any better from it, basically. And that, like, I can't imagine, like...
Did her parents know she smoked weed?
Yeah. Her parents definitely knew she smoked weed.
How do you know that?
Because sometimes we would smoke in her backyard.
I didn't care.
Yeah, I mean, they cared, though. They just spoiled her, so it's like they just kind of let her do whatever. Like obviously at the time she should not have been really just doing whatever she wanted. That's kind of why I always did what she wanted. She talks to everyone how she wanted. Like, we were swimming over at the falls in Olmsted Falls, and you're not supposed to be swimming over there. And cops came, and she was just sitting there being disrespectful the whole time, just on her phone. And we're like, Kenzie, bro, like, we're not supposed to even be swimming here. Why are you being disrespectful to them? Like, do you want to get us a ticket? Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you just always like this? Like, even everybody is going to that's not the way you're supposed to be. And, like, the first time when she came over my house, she was cursing in front of my parents, which made my parents, like, not really like her and stuff like that.
Really?
So, like, yeah, I mean, she wasn't, like, being, like, rude to them or nothing, but she was just, like, being careless around my little brother and my parents, like, just saying shit and shit like that, like, damn, and, like, fuck, like, because she just spoiled and does whatever they want. That's what she's used to. So she's never really listened to nobody. She's never.
Did you ever know her parents to discipline her, ground her, anything?
They never disciplined her in any way. They spoiled her for sure. I liked her parents though. Her parents are really nice. Obviously, like they wanted to take care of her and just treat her like a princess. But you can't always do that.
Right.
Did you ever know her to use any drugs besides marijuana?
I mean, I've heard that she used coke at parties and stuff like that. That's it. Or a trip.
This is a Crime Circus presentation.
I knew that Dom didn't like her tripping because she has epilepsy or she can have seizures or something like that. So Dom didn't really ever want her tripping. I know that.
So I'm sure you've heard It's at this point it's public record, but you know, there were some shrooms found.
Yeah.
It's in the police report.
Yeah.
That's been released.
I mean, I don't know what happened that night. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Davion had texted me that day. Said, "Do you want to take acid with me, Joey, Kenzie, and Dom tonight?" And I just said, "Hit me up later, bro." I was like, "I'm busy right now." And that was the last time I even texted Davion. I'm assuming they didn't take acid because people were saying they had shrooms, so that kind of like steered me away from all that stuff. Like, I don't even think I can touch that stuff again now because of that, because like, I don't know, like, I don't want to
just remind you,
because like, if they weren't, like, maybe like, I don't know if Kenzie was tripping or not, but like, if she was, like, that could have maybe even been avoided too, or like, I just don't understand why she was, like, they let her get that fast. I don't know if Davion and Dom were tripping and that's why they couldn't prevent the crash or something like that. So like, that's just like why I don't like, I just smoke weed now, that's it.
So you think an argument happened in the car?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you know all of them. So
from Dom and Kenzie's relationship, like, they were just always arguing. She was just, that's just how they were. And like, me and Joey have always talked about it. We're like, bro, Dom has so much going for himself. Like, why does he stick with Kenzie? Like, he can do so much better. Like so, Dom is an intelligent person.
Explain something to me real quick, though. They get into an argument. Okay. Why drive the car into the building?
That's why I feel like she was trying to kill herself, and she wasn't really necessarily trying to kill them. I feel like she was trying to kill her, and she just had no regard for Davion because of that's just how she is. Like, that's just what
Our your friend group, or maybe some high school kid. I mean, we've spoken to many, but those who think this is the consensus that she tried.
I think the consensus is that she did it on purpose. I don't think people know why.
That's what people think?
Yeah, people think that she crashed out, like, at least in our friend group, kind of, like, we don't really know exactly what happened, because we don't know, like, if she tried to swerve or anything like that, but, like, when it first happened, that's definitely what everyone thought, was she was trying to do it on purpose. Like, that was the first thing that went into everyone's heads, is, like, she had to have been trying to kill herself. She did that, because why do you just do that? Like, it's not like it was completely dark. There was that sign in the front, like, you saw that sign.
You guys knew more before we even knew. I mean, before we even had any idea about the speed and any of that, you know.
I was hurt.
A bunch of people who had access to Life 360.
I mean, there was like
sent us screenshots saying, "Look how fast they went." We had no idea at the time.
Yeah, there was probably like 14 people in our Life 360 because we're all super close. So it was probably.
And they all saw that speed down progress.
We didn't even know that they crashed because of the Life 360 though. Like, we should have found out, but the crash detection only works if the drive was over a mile long and if their phone has more than 20% and they don't have low power mode on. And when they crash, it's supposed to call everybody's phone, like everyone that's in the 360.
Oh, no.
And it's supposed to also send out an emergency dispatch because we pay for the premium. In our little group, we all just pay $2 a month, and we got nothing, which means that it was either she got over there too quickly because it was too short of a drive for it to have to, like, you know, register the crash, or Davion's phone was in low power mode. So that's just what that it didn't alert us though. It was supposed to, but I was told that his heart tore instantly, so it didn't matter anyways. Like, whether it did tell us that they crashed or not, I was told that Davion had died on impact. So I ended up finding out when I was at Cedar Point the next day, and my friend Joey called me and he was like, "Yo," and I was like, "I'm busy right now." He's like, "It's kind of important." He's like, Davion's sister's friend just texted me and said Davion died in a car accident this morning. I'm like, Davion's sister's friend? I'm like, what? I'm like, I didn't really believe it at first because, like, that's a weird chain of lines. I was just trying to call people. I tried calling Davion, and I tried calling Dom, and both of their phones went to voicemail, and then I called Kyle, which was like Dom's best friend, and then he told me.
Kyle Smith?
Yeah. And then he told me that they crashed.
So let me ask you this. We received a tip from somebody who's been very reliable. that you were threatened by Mackenzie's mom not talking to the police?
No, I haven't been threatened by Kenzie's mom.
Were you threatened by anyone? Anyone tell you don't talk to the cops?
No.
Any type of like witness intimidation?
Did she ever ask you, maybe not threaten you, but say...
What I've told people is I don't want to talk to the police because
Really?
Yeah, like Kenzie's mom is super nice. When I've known her, when I've been to her house, like, I feel like Kenzie's mom's a good person. And also her dad was more of an authoritative figure. Like, her dad would try to punish her, but she was still spoiled. So, like, her dad didn't really want her smoking weed and stuff like that. I know when she did smoke weed, her dad wouldn't let her vape. I know that.
So since the crash, did you see her out and about? I know there were pictures that we got.
I've tried to avoid anywhere she would be because of everything that she's been saying to everyone, that I'm trying to hurt her and stuff like that. So I just don't want to get more stuff put out for no reason. So like I've only been to the graveyard one time because I know that she goes there a lot, and I just didn't want to run into her. So I only went to that spot one time, and then I just didn't go there.
Did she get to the graveyard? Did she drive?
Like, her friends would pick her up, I'm pretty sure. Like, random friends would pick her up and take her, and she would just sit there in the wheelchair, I guess. And, like, then other people would be sending pictures to me of her posting on private stories of her at parties and stuff like that. Like, I know that she's been to 2 concerts since. My stepsister seen her at the Playboy Cardi concert.
Do you have any of those pictures?
No, I don't. I got a new phone since, because that's why I couldn't call you guys back, was because my mic was broke on my phone. So,
last thing I have here, Landon Turner.
It was weird with him. Like, I was asking him, like, what happened, bro? I'm like, you have to, like, because I was looking mad about everything. I'm like, you were with them last, like I feel like it could have went different because I was supposed to be with them that night, technically, if I did trip with them. And then I was at Joey's house that night, too, and Davion was supposed to stay the night at Joey's, but his mom didn't let him, so I had to leave Joey's house, and Davion just ended up staying with Dom and Kenzie. And then I was talking to Bubba, and he was sitting there telling everyone, he was like, I was about to ask Davion to just stay the night with me. I don't know why I didn't. Like, stuff like that. And Davion lived with Bubba, which is Landon. And so it was just like weird to me when he wouldn't tell people like really what happened that night. His stories were, at first he was like against Kenzie, but the girl that he's dating, Rosie, is like one of Kenzie's like better friends. I wouldn't say best friend because I don't really know like her friend group or nothing like that, but I know like Rosie was with her a lot in at Dom's house. So I feel like he started trying to protect Kenzie after the first day because his girlfriend told him. And then his stories just kind of started switching up, and then he started acting weird about it. I'm like, were they arguing when they left, bro? I was like, and then he was telling me at first that they were arguing when they left. Like, there was an argument or there was a dispute, but then the next day he completely changed the story, and he was just saying that Davion and Dom were asleep, and then they woke up and Kenzie didn't go to sleep at all. She was like drawing or something like that. She was just coloring in coloring books, and then they left the house. And then
and he told you this?
That's what he told everybody.
So he told everybody?
We were all at, like, everyone was at the memorial for like a week straight or so. So like that's kind of like what.
So that his tune changed?
Yeah, it definitely.
His story changed.
And I would always ask him, I'm like, bro, I'm like, I feel like you know more to this, kind of. I'm like, because you were there at Paul's house, like. And then he pulled me to the side, and he's like, I didn't really know who to trust and just like that. I didn't know who to tell because Kyle had asked him first, like, what really happened, and he lied to Kyle at first about something. I'm like, you need to go tell Kyle the truth. Like, that was Dom's best friend. I was like, Kyle deserves to know. I was like, whatever you told him, I'm like, you need to go and correct. And like, I guess he went and talked to Kyle. I don't really know necessarily if they talked about anything.
So, but its first story immediately after the crash was that there was an argument?
Yeah, I was being told that there was a dispute and that like things were a little weird when they left. And he also, like, I know Dom texted everyone that night that he loved them. He texted Kyle, I love you. He texted Angelo, I love you. And he also texted his dad, I love you, I'm pretty sure. And he also might have texted Blair, his other good friend, which is just, you know, kind of out of the ordinary, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Davion also texted his dad, I love you that night. And he told Bubba, I love you before he left Bubba, or yeah, before he left Bubba.
So, do you think Mackenzie has it in her to drive a car into a wall? I mean, if you guys speculate that she did it on purpose, do you think she has it in her?
I feel like if she thinks that she can just drive the car into the wall and not feel nothing, you know, like 100 into a wall, I feel like the only reason she survived is because of how small she is. Like, I feel like she got insanely lucky, but at the same time, not lucky to have survived that, because it's like she killed 2 people. If that was what she was trying to do, but it's like, I feel like that's what she was trying to do, was crash the car into the wall.
There was something I was going to ask. You knew Dom and you knew Davion pretty well. Did they ever talk about it?
No, never.
So you don't see a scenario in which the 3 of them make like a pact.
That's why it was all weird that they all said love you, but no, definitely not. Davion would have never did that. Davion had gotten kicked out, and then he had just went back to his family's house, and the only reason he didn't go on vacation with his family was so he could stay home and work, because he just got a new job.
Okay, so you don't. So
Davion was over my house when he was kicked out, like every single day after school.
So they had a lot going for him.
Did Joey tell you anything about his relationship with Mackenzie?
I mean, like, not like since it's happened, but like before it, and like when we were all friends and like things were normal, like, yeah, I mean, we all just agreed that like there's no reason. He has her blocked on Snapchat. Like, he's had her blocked even way before this incident, just because he says that she's annoying and doesn't want to deal with her and have to, like, you know what I'm saying? He just doesn't want communication with her. Like, so he just had her blocked on everything. But I really don't. Davion would have never. I don't believe that at all. And Dom had way more going for him, so
right.
I don't think Dom would have.
We got that pretty much from everybody. All right. Well, hey, man, I'm going to let the prosecutor know that you came down to talk to us, so, you know, there will not be a subpoena or a warrant or anything like that. So you're all set. You know, you confirmed pretty much everything that we knew. I appreciate your time. You know, hopefully.
But Kenzie's mom was threatening me. That's definitely
not true.
Not true. Okay.
It's like a little weird, but they might have gotten that from me telling people that I don't want to talk to you guys because I'm scared of Kenzie. So that's probably what they got that from.
Okay.
Kenzie is locked up right now.
Yeah.
So appreciate it.
Thank you for watching this presentation, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate it. The ex-boyfriend was not involved any way whatsoever, but we certainly do appreciate that he spoke with detectives so we could watch this presentation together.
We were all friends, and Dom was my soulmate. I wish I could take all your pain away, and I'm so sorry.
Mackenzie was sentenced to life in prison ×2, but she's got a chance of getting out after 15 years if she's good and if the parole board lets her out. She's 17, she was sentenced to 15 years, so she's got a chance of getting out when she's 32. Maybe, but probably not, because she does have a life sentence. And not everyone always gets released out of those cages. It's not that common. Anyways, a reminder, there's a link for my Patreon down below. You'll never miss another Crime Circus notification ever again, and I'm going to be putting quite a bit of exclusive content behind the scenes on there. I don't know when, but it will happen. And you can join a paid tier too. Don't be scared. Anyways, until next time, remember to stay safe out there because you know it's a dangerous world.